never loved me, yeah.
Streets ain't never loved me since my brother died. My mother cried, tears in my eyes bleed red. Ain't no love inside. Streets left me dolly, my phone they left it holy. Dawn was in that passenger side when they tried to phone me.
Yeah, you know the streets ain't never love us.
Yeah. Get I've been shot, I was left with a zipper on my stomach, nigga. You know these streets ain't never loved me.
I've been stabbed, I've been left with a zipper on my stomach, nigga. You know the streets ain't never loved me.
I've been locked, I got charged for some shit I didn't do, nigga. You know these streets ain't never loved me.
Caught a case, went upstate, fuck the Jakes, nigga. Yeah, you know these streets ain't never loved me.
Laying up in the hospital bed in ICU. Hit that button like every 3 hours to get those blues, yeah. Laying in the test of pain, I know shit won't be the same. Sipping my stomach, shit don't stop a thing, I'm still a man, yeah. But who gon' be there when you doing time? Can't get no money, so they dropping down, these niggas bitter. And I hope they get the picture, I'm only getting bigger. The top cat out my litter, yeah. Tell you they love you, but they hate you on the low. They hold you back, how they expect for you to grow. I got locked up, ain't said me nothing, but I'm your nigga. My body numb, I got no feelings for you niggas. I'm from what niggas will shoot you right here in these hallways. If you got trust in that loyalty goes a long way. These size 11s, these pussies can't walk a mile in. They hit my cousin with life and he's still smiling. I've been shot, I was left with a zipper on my stomach, nigga. You know these streets ain't never loved me.
I've been stabbed, I've been left with a zipper on my stomach, nigga. You know the streets ain't never loved me.
I've been locked, I got charged for some shit I didn't do, nigga. You know these streets ain't never loved me.
Caught a case, went upstate, fuck the Jakes, nigga. Yeah, you know these streets ain't never loved me. Streets ain't never loved me since my brother died. My mother cried, tears in my eyes bleed red. Ain't no love inside. Streets left me dolly, my foreign they left it holy. Dawn was in that passenger seat when they tried to fold me. Remind me of my gun, that was real shit, this real spit. Rocks I was selling was smacking them, call it Will Smith. I ain't never told and never folded under pressure. Get him Neek was in that ambulance with me, he was on that stretcher. Niggas tried to take my life, I couldn't tell you who. Many men might not make it, I'm here to tell the truth. Me and Job, that's my brother, you know we moving tight. Brown boys fuck with the family and I'ma get them that. This my testimony, solid, all the rest is phony. Merrick niggas come at the fam and send your best opponent. I was stabbed, I was left with a zipper on my stomach, nigga. I know the streets ain't never loved me. He was shot, he was left with a zipper on his stomach, nigga. You know the streets ain't never loved us. Gang, Merrick shit, Tower music, nigga.
Alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me? Knowledge, wisdom, understanding. Man, woman, and children. Sun, moon, and stars. Everything that exists has to coexist within. Like I said, another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me? Yo, shout out to everybody in the building. A lot of the trolls is going live now, so we should be safe over here. A lot of the trolls is going live right now, so we should be safe over here. Appreciate y'all for pulling up. Grown folks conversation as usual. I got some things to talk about, some real things to talk about. I mean, some real things to talk about. Donald Trump, he got some things to say. Got a lot of stuff to get at. some stuff that was kind of interesting to me, so it might be interesting to y'all. You know, Tiffany Haddish, we'll talk about her today too, because, you know, she's trying to her name back on the scene. You know, Big Tiffany, Big Teeth Tiffany. Y'all remember Big Teeth Tiffany? You know, that water on her face. She's trying to get her name back in the scene. So I got some things to talk about with her, but I don't think it's going to work. I got some things to talk about. I got an update too with your boy Diddy and Trump. Got an update too about Liddy and Trump because I think Trump is I think they put Trump in a certain position. I think the higher ups, especially pertaining to the Epstein list and everything, I think after what Trump just said about pertaining to Puff Daddy, I think they done gave Trump that ultimatum. They say, yo, one of y'all got to go. I think them people just say, you know what? One of y'all got to go. So whether you're going to fuck with allowing him to be pardoned and subsequently put yourself in a ball of fire, or you're going to blow him off and throw him in a ball of fire, and then we're going to back up off you. So if y'all can hear me crystal clear, do me a favor, anybody but a dead body, put some motherfucking dice cubes up in the chat, and we're going to get to some content right quick. And I'm going to talk about Rowdy because he done fucked up. Rowdy Rebel, y'all know who Rowdy Rebel is. He done fucked up. He done really, really fucked up the church's money, like they said. Yo. He done fucked up the church's money. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, baby. She says, crystal clear on the audio. Big Annette said, crystal clear on the audio. East New York said, crystal clear on the audio. So let me get to the top and start shouting y'all out. First one, baby Keisha popped up in the building. She says, salute, King. The next one in the building, we got my sister, Big Annette. She's in the building. Dog Soldier, he's in the building. Salute, 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 salute. We got the man himself. Yeah! Artist Morrison. I'm ready to do that conversation with Artist Morrison. That's a cold-blooded fact. You know what I'm saying? Because my man Artist's name should be continued to be kept in this algorithm. You know, he hasn't been going live like that. Shout out to him and Tizzle Tay. Shout out to the whole Morrisons. You know, Artist is one of the pioneers over here. Artist is one of the pioneers over here, and I think that his craft has been overlooked. It's time for us to get Artist back popping. You know, he got the controversial side to him too, but hey, that's who Artist is. He always brought great content. Like I said, that dark side, light side, dark questions. I think that's one of the best that I've ever seen come through the sector. We got Big Liddy. We got the Hispanic LKL Cool J up in the building. Angie, baby! Is in the building also. You understand what I'm saying to you? My man Carnage the Billy. Salute, beloved. Wagwan. Man, there. Pull up. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Did I miss anybody in the chat? My man GP is in the building. Appreciate you, GP, for pulling up. You know what I'm saying? I got some content for y'all today. Fuck all other shit. I joke, I laugh. It's over. You know what I'm saying? We got a brain over here. Shout out to Zeke Black. I did a me and Zeke was live earlier on Graham. We was talking about certain things. Like back in the days, the whole epidemic with crack and addiction and alcohol. I think that they set us up. They set us up because of the powerful addiction of crack, how it came in and fucked up a lot of families. My mom's never smoked crack. My pops did. You dig what I'm saying? So when it came to that, I think the dynamics between mother and son, I think it was purposely plotted on the divide. They already divided the whole dynamics of family, like the man being in the household, mother and father. They killed that with the whole public assistance and welfare situation. They pulled that out. So I think they tried to strip the bond between mother and son because, unfortunately, I got some friends that their mothers were addicted to certain things, and the respect that they had for their mothers, you know what I'm saying, was very low. And then it was a topsy-turvy because I got some friends that mothers were completely not addicted to anything, hardworking, God-fearing people. But then when some of us as their sons chose the lifestyles that we have chose, I noticed that made some of our parents say, you know what, you got to go. You know, when you caught your child with the drugs in the house, you got to go. You can't be in here. I did not raise you like this. It's certain things that they put forward for us to just separate the dynamics of household. And if you pay attention to it, I think it was all a devised plan, just like people be planning. Like it ain't just people on YouTube that plan things, the government plan things. So we got some great content I want to get into. But before we get into this content, I was having some throwback memories in my mind. So do me a favor, y'all. Just go ahead and dance with me right quick, and then we're gonna get into this content. We're gonna bring it up with Shalimar. Y'all don't know nothing about no Shalimar. Y'all don't know nothing about no Shalimar. Y'all don't know nothing about no Shalimar. Y'all don't know no Shalimar. We got the cynical one in the building. We got the Godfather, Ziggy Black, in the building. Like I said, we're going to shake all that crazy energy that was around here, y'all. That shit is gone. That ain't what we into. We're going to get into some grown folks content, and I want to ask y'all a question. I want to be real right now. Shout out to all my mans that's in jail. Free to real. She's free to real. But I want to know something, ladies and gentlemen. People say that when you go to jail, and I agree with this, you're still supposed to be treated like a human being. But this is something I want to talk about. This is something I want to talk about. I'm going to show you a segment of an inmate that said, well, his parents is on the phone. His parents is on the news. And his parents is upset. They said they're upset because their son is in jail getting whipped out and getting extorted. They said that his son called them from jail, and there was a group of individuals around him insisting that they sent money to their son's account for protection. Let me ask you something. If you are a convicted criminal, I said a convicted criminal, if you are a convicted criminal of a crime, do you deserve protection? Because obviously, if you're in jail, it's time to rock and roll. You might have to shake, stab, cut, bite, headbutt, or just play it like some of the OGs do their time and go on home. Do their time, they don't let the time do them. But I want to know something. Do we supposed to feel sympathetic or empathetic with inmates, criminals that have been arrested, but unfortunately, when they get into the belly of the beast, a whole bunch of real criminals or higher or lower statutes, once you get in them, once you get in that correctional facility, it's a bunch of animals in there. You might be in there for shoplifting, but you might be bunked with a nigga that just killed his mother and father. You might be in there for child support warrant, but you may be into a bunk with a dude that's a sexual predator against adults, AKA a booty bandit. Does that give you the right to risk the correction officers' lives to assist you if you can't defend yourself? Hold on, before y'all answer that question, this is jail we talking about. This ain't public school. This is not a daycare center. This is not a college. Now, see, if you're going to college, somebody's harassing you, threatening you, that's something totally different. That's with the police. That's with the human resources. That's with the administration. That's your right. But you are going to college to better yourself, a taxpayer, if you're going to work and somebody robs you. Yeah, this is reasons why you're supposed to call the police. But I'm talking about if you in jail. And you, first of all, I'm not saying that you're in jail and didn't do something. You in jail. You're convicted of the crime that they accused you of. I want to know, do they have the right to insist that they are protected? Because I want y'all to pick this story out right quick. And y'all tell me how y'all feel about that. Because me, I don't know. Jail is never supposed to have been like a resort. Let's go.
Metro Atlanta family believes the Fulton County Jail is more like a war zone. They're upset after they say 3 inmates attacked and stabbed their loved ones, and they refused to give money. Fulton County Jail officials say they've launched an investigation. Fox 5's Angelique Proctor has looked into what happened. She joins us now live from the jail with more. Angelique?
Hey, TT.
Well, good afternoon to you, Tom. Jail officials say there was an incident.
TT, we chilling with Damon right now. We ain't fucking with that nigga Dice. We are rocking with Sharon McLeod's son, Damon. We ain't fucking with that nigga Dice. That nigga's crazy. Let's get to this work.
It happened here at the Fulton County Jail that led this inmate to be rushed to Grady Hospital. They haven't told us much beyond that. His family tells us that he was stabbed and assaulted by 3 inmates they believe were trying to kill him.
The gang members is running the jail. They're saying, if you want our protection, you're going to have to give money.
The Terry family says their son and grandson, Jacob Howard, was jumped by 3 inmates they believe are in a gang and were trying to extort the 23-year-old. Howard was arrested July 11th after a high-speed chase with the Georgia State Patrol and APD. The family says as a new inmate, Howard was immediately singled out.
Jacob called her several times with guys in the background aggressively asking Jacob's child's mother to send some money so he can be protected. So when he said he wasn't sending no money, I guess the phone hung up.
That was July 18th. The family says they called repeatedly but got no answers. They claim jail officials even lied to them and said Jacob was fine.
Lisa was calling, his girlfriend was calling, I was calling.
When they finally talked to Jacob, he told them he had been stabbed and that he had been at Grady Memorial Hospital in excruciating pain.
The dudes came in.
Respectfully. Emmanuel, I see you in the building. Salute, beloved. I want to know something. Let's be real, y'all. I know I may be sounding a little crazy right now, but when you are in jail, respectfully, there are certain things that you are going to have to adapt to. That's just like when you go to work. That's just like when you go to work, when we're working for an employer and they may tell you, you know what, we might need you to have a tie on. We need you to be to work at a certain time. Just Eric, salute. We need you to be back from lunch. You only get 30 minutes. You only get an hour, et cetera, et cetera. But see, these is people that are in society, living as society is good individual. See, you don't have to be a bad person to go to jail. People make mistakes. It's people that's in jail, unfortunately, because they're hungry. It's people in jail that was for hustling. You dig what I'm saying? There's people in jail for boosting. There's people in jail for juxes. There's people in jail for robberies, but it all boils down to hunger. I've never heard of no one rich robbing anyone. I've never heard of no one rich robbing anyone. But once you're convicted as a criminal and you're put inside of a jail, if you get beat up, assaulted, stabbed, is that right to be calling home to your family and worrying them? Is that right for you to be asking your family to put their life on the line and risk possibly something that could happen to them because you're incarcerated? Is that right that his family feels as though that they have to speak up for this case? Now, hold on. When it comes to being treated inhumanely, pay attention to what I'm saying. If you're in a cell that's being flooded, if you're in a cell where the toilet bowl keeps backing up, if you're in a cell where you have urine, feces, et cetera, that's floating around your cell, this is reasons for you to be trying to reach out to a mayor or your family because you're living in a condition that's considered to be inhumane. Now, nobody supposed to live like that. I don't care if you're a criminal or not. You dig what I'm saying? Because nobody wants to live in feces. Nobody wants to live, you know what I'm saying, in cold. Nobody wants to be living in rat or roach infested situations. But this comes with jail. This comes with jail. Nobody wants to be beat. Nobody wants to be targeted because of their ethnicity. Nobody wants to be fearful because up north, they got a lot of Caucasian correction officers that are walking around, ladies and gentlemen, with black babies and nooses on their arms. Pay attention to this. There are a lot of correction officers up north, COs up north. There are a crew of them that's walking around with tattoos of black babies hanging from nooses and trees. These people, responsibly, they said it was all over the place from Clinton to Sackhacksaki. You know, certain places that they was at, they said that they were just there to target and hurt black individuals. Now, that's something I think that should be hitting the airwaves. But if your son is in jail, mama, that's just like if it's your son is in jail, dad. You can't overlook the fact that something that your child has done has landed them in jail. Now, someone is falsely arrested for something, of course. The whole family has the right to be standing up there. The whole family has the right to be calling the newspaper, et cetera, the president, anybody. But hold on, I'm talking about you're convicted of a crime. You're convicted of a crime. I think that this right here is fucked up from all across the board. First of all, you called your moms and them. You call your mother and say you got people behind you with your baby mother next to your mother, and you tell them that if they don't send you some money, that the people behind you are going to harm you. The people behind you are going to have to do what they got to do. That's their tactics. They're paying for protection. But what happened to you protecting yourself? What happened to you protecting the mental compass of your family? I don't respect that. I don't respect no man doing that. I don't respect no man doing that. Calling home to his family, even though knowing your family is already worried. Your family's terrified that you're in jail. They may be upset that you're in jail. That's a fact. You know how your mother, how you gonna call your mother and say, Ma, I need you to send me some money or they're gonna hurt me. As a man, that don't even sound right. What you mean? You in jail. This is gladiator school. Motherfucker stabbed you, go to the infirmary, heal up, and get you a goddamn knife and poke him. Unfortunately, the correction officers aren't in jail to protect you. The correction officers are in jail to oversee you. Pay attention. The correction officers have to break up certain fights, of course. But when it comes to extreme fights pertaining to stabbings and things like that of that nature, that's what the turtles is for. The turtles are supposed to come in and to totally eradicate any type of conflict. That means when them turtles come and shaking and baking and that alarm is going off, your ass supposed to be on the ground face down. That's the only way you're not supposed to be beat out your mind, because if you are standing up, you are disregarding a direct order. You understand what I'm saying to you? Manuel said if she sent the money while he was in jail, she was enabling him the whole time. That's a fact. That's a cold-blooded fact. Let's listen to the rest of the story right quick, y'all. Let's go.
To his room, and he seen, I guess they call it a shank. He ended up fighting one guy, and then the next guy came and jumped in. I don't know where this third guy came, but they ended up stabbing him in his back. I don't know how many times, and he said he had a hole in his shoulder.
The family says Jacob suffered a punctured lung. They still haven't seen him, and they want the governor to step in.
Where is the officer supposed to be protecting the residents? The governor needs to get involved.
See, that's where they fucking up. First of all, people got the misconception that correction officers are there to protect you. Correction officers are not in jail to protect inmates. Correction officers are in jail to oversee and make sure that they maintain control over sections, not to protect nobody. The only people that the correction officers are dire to protect are themselves and captains in that mannerism, not inmates. See, the fucked up part is jail is jail. I mean, I can see if you said you went to a resort, you went to a hotel, you went on a vacation with your family, and a group of people came over there talking about, yo, because you're in my country or because you're in my state, you're going to have to pay me to be here. I can understand you running to your hotel room and calling the police and calling the news and saying, yo, what the fuck is going on? But jail is a place that they send people that have been accused of committing crimes. That's not no Holiday Inn. That's not no Holiday Inn. And because, unfortunately, their grandchild has been stabbed and they haven't spoke to him, that's damn. You know how many people in jail, their parents can't get in touch with them? I just don't understand how this is something to really be talking about. But I guess because of the jail, because for some reason they got it messed up.
Jacob suffered a punctured lung. They still haven't seen him, and they want the governor to step in.
Where is the officer supposed to be protecting the residents? The governor needs to get involved. Governor Kemp needs to get involved.
And jail officials tell us that they are investigating this incident. They apparently called the family this afternoon and said they hope to make some arrests.
How y'all feel about that? Tell me how y'all feel about that, seriously. Number one, I've been in jail. Number two, I got a bunch of niggas that I know that are in jail. And the golden rule is don't call your moms with that bullshit. Number one, we know our mothers were sitting home worried to death. We know our mothers, unfortunately, some mothers take the burden of jail upon them because y'all gotta stop doing this. All jokes aside, mothers. Even if you feel as though you wasn't there 100%, it's not your fault that your child is in jail. Unless you told your child to go do a crime. Unless you put drugs in your child's hand and said, you know what, this is what you need to do. Now, unfortunately, there are some mothers that were raised like that taught their children the game. They taught their children the game. But see, them mothers that also taught their children, this is the shit that come with the game. Robberies, stick-ups, attempted murders, etc., and going to jail. I just see a couple of ladies right now that's, unfortunately, they got the right to be worried about their grandchild. But let me explain something to you. Their grandchild is a grown-ass man. Yo, Chief, salute. GP said if he's not built like that and they smelled it, you should have got a job. You should have got a job. Ty said it's harsh, but it's a yo, we know what the fuck we signed up for. That's what I hate. That's what I hate. My mother, when she said certain things, I didn't raise you like that. That's the only thing that bothered me because she didn't. That's the only thing that really, really bothered me. And I knew I disappointed her because she didn't raise me like that. My family didn't raise me like that. You understand what I'm saying to you? But I told her, I used to tell my mother, you didn't also forewarn me about the temptations of the street. Because my mother wasn't a street chick. My uncles made sure of that shit. My grandfather and my grandmother made sure of that shit. So unfortunately, that's why certain things my mother had to go through the hard way because she was naive to certain things. My mother wasn't a street woman. My mother was an airhead. My mother was a nerd. My mother was a very intelligent woman. You dig what I'm saying? She had friends that was in the street. But most of my mother friends were people that went to college with her. You know, her closest friends was with her from high school all the way to Saks Fifth Avenue. And even though we lived in one of the most dangerous neighborhoods in Brooklyn, respectfully, my uncles and them made sure that she was never a part of the in-house bullshit that goes on in our neighborhoods. Always the queen, the godmother's here. And I had to do that segment right there because I'm hearing the way they're making it seem about their grandson. You see, what I can blame them for is babying him. But I can blame them for, mothers, sometimes you got to stop babying your son. I know you still see that beautiful baby that came out your womb. Y'all still have that date when that child came out your womb. Let me explain something to you. Once your child is in the street, once your child has children, once your child, you have the slightest indication that they're involved with any type of criminal activity, and you know they're going to continue to do it, your child is no longer a baby. Your child is a man making decisions. And you have to teach your sons the decisions that you make, you have to have accountability for. There are consequences to the decisions that we're going to make. Instead of saying, don't worry about it, baby, I'm going to get a lawyer. That's what people fuck up. Just Freshly, I see you. Hey, Queen Gigi. Ladies, I'm being real with y'all. That's where y'all fuck up. Sometimes you got to leave that nigga in jail. My mother told me you get one bailout. That's it. Ain't no more coupons after that. Sometimes, women, you have to stop saying, this is my baby. It's not your baby no more. That's your man. That's your man. You created it. He came from your womb, but that's not a baby. That's your man. Not your man as your boyfriend, but that's your young man that you're raised and you're supposed to be grooming to be a responsible man. And what comes with responsibility as a man, because some of us chose the street. Copy it, granted. And then some of us felt as though that the streets weren't for us, and they chose regular employment. They went and seek regular jobs because they understood the things that came with being in the street was detriment to them. The fact that they might have been robbed, the fact that they might have seen someone killed, the fact that they might have just been in the wrong place at the wrong time. So what they did, they kept their ass out the street. We had friends like that. I was like, I'm not going with y'all niggas. I'm going home. But ladies, you got to tell your son, once you know you got a gangster, you got to sit him down and be like, I know what you doing, pussy. And you need to tell them the shit that come with being in them streets. And you need to let them know you're not going to condone their actions. Because let me explain something to you. If you tell your son, don't worry about it. If you go to jail, if you give them this notion that every time they go to jail, you're going to be them to bail them out, you're actually encouraging them to continue to be criminals. See, because a lot of dudes is criminals with the assistance of their parents. And then a lot of dudes is criminals with no assistance. You understand what I'm saying to you? All right, Henny, salute. And as mothers, we have to understand, y'all have to understand, y'all, that y'all are influential. But them streets is more influential. Yeah, mommy, we listen to you. We're fearful of you. But what happens when we no longer have that fear of mommy? Can you dig it? So I hope that young man right there does get his help that he needs as far as whatever they think he's going through, but he's in jail because I feel just like this is what he's getting ready to go through. This man right here, Rowdy Rebel. I don't know if y'all know, he went to California. He went to California, and ever since he's been in California, he's been on this campaign against disrespecting Hoovers. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, the whole gang activity in California, the motherland of it. See, he's been out there for a little while, but unfortunately, he just got arrested. And he just got arrested with a gun charge. And unfortunately, Bobby Smurder has said that he has cut ties with him because they had certain fallouts pertaining to business. They never went into detail. But if they're saying he cut ties with him and they're saying Rowdy Rebel's rap career right now is at a halt, he's in California now. Now pay attention. Shout out to China Brim. He did this. He brought this story up earlier. Shout out to 050. See, now all that tough guy shit, because you are now going to be in LA County. You have to go to, see, when you're in California, it's only one big county jail. That's where everybody at. The Mexicans, the Chinese, the blacks, black, white, blood, GD, folk, you name it, is there. You name it, is there. See, but he didn't think, see, people, we don't think sometimes. He didn't think that being on the West Coast in general could have been dangerous to him. But I know one thing, he did understand the dangers in it because he had a gun on him and he was arrested. And shout out to China, just like he said, now all that Pop Smoke talking, how y'all was going to kill the people that killed Pop Smoke. See, now you got to lay in the bed that you laid because now you're in jail with the people responsible for unaliving Pop Smoke. You see that? Now he's in jail with the people that's responsible for Pop Smoke. So now, what are you going to do when you go to this LA County? The minute you get there, the minute he gets there, y'all know it with that Crip shit, that gang shit, the minute he get there, they gonna see what you made of. He got to shoot the fade. He got to shoot the fade. And then you got to understand there are real Hoovers out there that he's never, ever been in contact with. You understand what I'm saying to you? And he disrespected the whole Hoover set. So he has a target on his back right now. And them young boys that was responsible for the death of Pop Smoke, do you understand what they are going to be? Them is youngins, them is babies, them is kids. They don't have no regret. They don't have no worries or nothing. Remember, Pop Smoke was unalive for $1,800 in a Rolex watch. Now, see, and that said, I bet not hear no shit like that. I bet not hear that he's in PC. I bet not hear that he's in no fucking protective custody, because the way he's always displayed himself and professed himself to be a straight up gang member. Gang members don't go to PC. Gang members don't be going to PC. But I'm going to pray for him. I'm going to pray for him. And I pray that whatever him and Bobby Smurda is going through, Bobby Smurda sends his assistance to getting this young man out of that county. Oh, they said, East New York said it might be involuntarily. See, y'all don't know what it is when people from East Coast go to California, huh? Oh, y'all don't know that the whole California is against him right now? Crooked police, crooked correction officers, influential gang members that have more authority over the prison than the correction officers. Pay attention. Influential gang members that have more authority over the prison than the correction officers. So put your prayers up to Rowdy Rebel. You understand what I'm saying to you? Put your prayers up to this young guy, because unfortunately, this gang thing has this world thinking that that's the right thing to do. Y'all know who that is. Tiffany Haddish. Y'all remember the controversy she just went through, right? With Arian Spears. Y'all notice y'all have not seen her nowhere. They even gave her the humiliation ritual where they made her shave all of her hair off, and she was wearing a blonde, like baby afro. And after the whole Britney whole situation with her and David Spears, Eric Spears running around with the whole child pornography thing. You notice that they had this contract on her, and they had this scene with her and Arian Spears doing the scene, the pornographic scene with the young boy. They had that for years. That's a fact. She was dating Common. And see, Common is one of the ones that I believe that the elites have got to. You got to understand, Common sense. He was in a John Wick movie. I think that when Common Sense was around her, this is my opinion, that was just something they put up to keep contract on her, to keep their eyes on her. Because when he left her, she went crazy. When he left her, she went on a rant and rage, saying how he was childish and he was immature and XYZ and XYZ. But I don't know what's going on right now, because now, check this out. They got her in a store. And I want to know, is this a publicity stunt to try to get the people back on her side? Is she trying to come back? Let's go.
I've been hearing Gene talk about the temperatures outside here. 94 degrees today, but that didn't more than 500 people who showed up before doors even opened for this event here in Altadena. Lots of people checking out now, getting their $150 in groceries. Compliments of Tiffany Haddish, and as she's about to tell us, some of her rich friends, as she said. She posted this image on Instagram telling people, if you need some groceries, show up. No questions asked. She dropped some hints about where this would be. Eventually, everyone in the community found out. People said they got messages from Facebook, from Instagram, text messages, FaceTime calls from their friends in the neighborhood saying groceries would be free today. And if you look at these lines, people showed up. Like I mentioned, one security guard said he estimated about 500 people were in line before 11 o'clock this morning, and doors opened at 12:30. People waited in the heat. They found their shade and they said hello. And I'm going to go back out live here because, Tiffany, as we were walking around, people were screaming at our, thank you, Auntie Tiffany. Tell me, what did it mean? a lot of people still carrying that emotional and financial burden from the Eaton fire.
Yeah, I mean, to me, this means so much to be able to help people and put food in their refrigerator. I know what it feels like to be hungry. I know how hard it is to feed a family, the stress of it, and the cost for food today is ridiculous. It makes me so mad. I don't know if you saw my live like a month and a half ago where I was going off buying some food, some chicken at the dang fast food. I couldn't believe how much it costs. And it's like, I grocery shop for myself all the time. And people always, when I'm in the grocery store, what you doing in the store? You an A-list celebrity. What you doing buying your own groceries? And I'm like, I'm a human being and I need to eat too. And I like to buy my own food. And I'll pay for everybody in line behind me. And it's, you know,
You keep, every time I see you, you just got done crying.
And I'm about to cry again, girl. Look, I'm going to be all dried out by the time I get home because this is filling my heart up so much.
Happy tears?
Happy tears, gratitude tears. Like, I'm just so thankful to God to be able to put me in a position to work my butt off and to be able to share and then make good friends like Stephen Kuhlbeck.
Yeah, you said you called some of your rich friends to help you today?
I called all my rich friends. I called every rich friend I got and asked them to help me just in case I ran out of money, in case I don't have enough money.
Well, good thing Mr. Kuhlbeck's here.
Okay.
Steven
is here. Thank you. Mwah. Thank you for showing up for me and showing up for the community.
No, it's an affordability crisis, and we got to let everyone know it's real. It's real. California's not affordable, livable, workable, and we're showing everyone this is real. And we got to do it together. We got to fix what's broken here.
Yeah. And Stephen talking about clearing every shelf in the store, which brings much fear to my heart because there is a lot.
I got you.
I know you say you got me, but Stephen, so many men have let me down in life. And if this bill is too much, I don't know. Like,
well, you know, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you one man. One man's always showing up for you, and you know who that is.
It's you.
That's right.
Thank you. And I hope you show up for California like that. Y'all, Stephen is running for governor, and we should vote for him. You should get him in there because he knows how to. He got hospitality. He show up.
Well, that was.
That's what I hate. My man Emmanuel said that kind of giving back to the community is a devotional service that is healing and medicine for the soul. She ain't giving shit back. That shit is a front. That is a front. You can't see when she broke down with the nigga and I shop and my food. See, that's why they got her on that leash right there. Number one, if she really wanted to do something from her heart, she wouldn't have called all of her rich friends. Y'all didn't hear what she said? She promoting YouTube. When I went live, I was talking about how it was so expensive when I was buying chicken breasts. I'm glad that Steve is here because I don't know if I was able to afford this. So why would you even say that? Why would you say that you want to run a fundraiser, giving everybody behind you $150 budget to shop in a restaurant, but mind you yet, you ain't got that money because she broke. You hear what she said? She's now going to wonder if she's going to be able to afford her mortgage. Number one, she's broke. She's broke. She has not got a show. She has not got a headlining. She ain't must have got like you said, a Jennifer Hudson. She ain't going to Jennifer Hudson show. I just thought about that shit because of her and Common Sense. But she's broke. Do y'all really see her hair? She looked like she finger waved at herself. And then what she got me mad was, she said people ran upon her and said, what are you doing? You're an A-list celebrity. Why are you in a supermarket? That's more and more confirmation that this shit is a front, y'all. This ain't for real. And I can imagine what that white man is doing to her. Pay attention. Look at her face. Let's go.
What's broken here?
Yeah. And Stephen talking about clearing every shelf in the store, which brings much fear to my heart because there is a lot.
I got you.
I know you say you got me, but Stephen, so many men have let me down in life. And if this.
What the hell? You heard that? I know you got me, Steve, but so many men have let me down in life. You have the right to remain silent, ladies and gentlemen. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of our heads. What you mean so many men let you down? What the fuck that got to do with something like a fundraiser? He's telling her, yo, I got you. She's like, so many men have let me down, Steve.
If this bill is too much, I don't know. Like,
well, you know, I'm going to show you one man. One man's always showing up for you, and you know who that is.
It's you.
That's right.
Thank you. And I hope you show up for California like that. Y'all, Stephen is running for governor, and we should vote for him. You should get him in there because he knows how to, he got hospitality. He showed.
You see what I mean? That's where she fucked up. Go back to this look in her face. She has a look of disgust. Pay attention to that look right there. See, that's a look of disgust. That's a look of disgust. Allegedly, just me putting 2 and 2 together and getting 4. What do you got to do, Tiffany? What do you have to do for the elites? Because he's one of the elites. Because if this really was something that you did from your heart, you wouldn't continuously keep saying, I hope I can afford all this. Pay attention to her face, y'all. What have you done for that man? What have you done for them people behind closed doors? Are you fucking them? Are you fucking them? Because you look disgusted, like it's something in your spirit going, damn, why I fuck this old white man. Let's go.
It's you.
That's right.
Thank you. And I hope you show up for California like that. Y'all, Stephen is running for governor, and we should vote for him. You should get him in there because he knows how to, he got hospitality. He showed up.
Well,
well, that was the news angle of this. To let you know, full disclosure, you're running for governor. You say today is Affordability Day. So many families need help in this community. I spoke with a few people waiting in line. It's 7 months almost to the day since the Eaton fire. A lot of people still not even in their homes. Right. They're paying for smoke damage. They're paying for water damage after the fires. How do you feel looking at all these people walking out? Just to wrap this up for KTLA today, how do you feel knowing that those people get a little bit of help today?
I feel so grateful to Stephen, to God, to all my friends that contributed. Leonardo DiCaprio sent some money.
Is he here?
Nia Long sent some money. DeMar Rosen sent some money. D.L. Hughley. Kevin Hart said he gonna send some money, but he ain't sent nothing yet. So.
Where's the Zelle, Kevin? Where's the Venmo?
Where is it, Kevin? Hello, Kevin.
Why didn't Kevin Hart show up?
He's making a movie right now.
Well, let's call him out. He owes a check.
Yeah, we should.
And real quick, we know you love KTLA, so we'll send it back to Glenn and Lou in the studio.
Yes, Glenn and Lou, we sending it back to you. And where's your contribution? Go to diasporagroceries.com.
Everyone should be contributing.
Diaspora Groceries cares. Diaspora Grocery cares.
You can't play both sides. You niggas gotta choose. Niggas out here being tough until they make the news. Mama said her son ain't hurt nobody. The streets said her son was catching plenty bodies. If you accept these charges, then please hold. In every hood, it was a nigga that was tough, but he still told. Like, what I gotta do to make you niggas rhyme? Like, I'm ready to kill when the kind of minds I'm cautious. I'm dealing with more sticks than a porcupine. Quill spines, whatever you wanna call them. Yeah, plus my little mama, she a trap queen. Doggy when she mixed with that Fetty, give him a wop lean. It was a whole lot of cars when there was stimmies round. We going over a year and half you niggas down. All these expensive clothes like was that smart? Now they uploading they clothes on the Poshmark. Switch baby, careful with this. I mean it's bitch sharp. One across, one down the middle, look like a chrome heart. Damn, I'm always outside. I'm like high from who? Bound to put your car on skates. You think you slide through? I help build my niggas. This ain't Legos. Protect the fan by any means. I be Diego. Yeah, tiger to you niggas. I'm an animal. It's a jungle where I'm from. What y'all wanna do? You can't play both sides. You niggas gotta choose. Niggas out here being tough until they make the news. Mama said her son ain't hurt nobody. The streets said her son was catching plenty bodies. If you accept these charges, then please hold. In every hood, it was a nigga that was tough, but he still told.
Yo, shout out. We got Harlem Legend in the building. Salute, beloved. Garden State Punisher said, yo, I heard they did a 12-hour live talking about you. That's free promo. Keep being powerful with the knowledge. You know what? Harlem in here. You know what I'm saying? Like I told y'all the other day, I come from a line of cats that everybody was spoken about. So I'm actually honored, to tell you the truth, because there's so many people that have came through YouTube, that have been on YouTube longer than me, and they have not, I guess, didn't shit. I'm shit. I gotta respect it. Like you said, that's free promo. And then actually it's kind of flattering, even though it's kind of disgusting flattery. It's still flattering. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's aggravating flattery but it's still flattery because, like I said, I come from the greats. You know what I'm saying? St. Lads, 050, Harlem Legends, the Jai Aces, the Zeke Blacks. So it's only inevitable. You know what I'm saying? That somebody or anybody is going, you know, but it's not me. I'm telling y'all, I figured this shit out. It's the chat. I promise y'all, it's not me. It's the chat. People are so worried about, yo, why they not arguing over there? Why they not beefing? Or why this person ain't in my chat? Or why this person don't come over here? It ain't like I got no strings on nobody. My whole crew be watching. When they do the little crazy lives and say my name, the whole crew hit me. Bang, 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 bang. I got spies all over this motherfucker. You dig what I'm saying? Y'all know who y'all are. That's family. We just got to keep it, like I said, we got to keep it where we got it. We got to keep it where we got it. Like I said, Dice, fuck him. We going to leave him alone. That be Dice coming out. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool with Damon. You dig what I'm saying? I'm real cool with Damon. I'm trying to be more in tune with just being a regular fucking human being. And this is the shit that come with it. This is the shit that come with it. Y'all got to understand something. It's y'all. You think about it. Think about it. They got people putting up posts about the women. Why do y'all want to be around them? Why do you support them? I call it the motherfucking, you know, what's the name of what was Archie's wife? Enoch? Boy, the way Glenn Miller played. Songs that made the parade. Guys like us, we had it made. Those were the days. A lot of these niggas is like Enoch. You know what I'm saying? They trying to find out who they are. But that's, you know what? Still got to respect it. Like I said, I don't do the back and forth. And like I said, you know what? Me speaking on something, I should have left it alone. You dig what I'm saying? If I'd have knew, Drip, salute. If I'd have knew that me trying to talk to my man about something that I don't understand about him would have sparked goofy ass niggas and drunks and male prostitutes that be, yo, it's one nigga on here. This nigga said he was in the army. He just goes around giving $100 out every night because he's bored. You know, I don't want that type of shit on our people's minds. And if I'm on their mind, you just let them do what they got to do. You know what I'm saying? We'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? We'll be all right. Like I told people, that's not what it is. It's you know what? Sometimes I just got to learn to shut the fuck up. Simple and plain. Sometimes we got to learn. I've been saying this since I've been on YouTube. Sometimes you just got to learn to shut the fuck up. Because me, I think sometimes my responses come across as rebuttals or nonsense, just like, no, me, my responses are clarifications to insults or assumptions or allegations. You dig what I'm saying? But I ain't got to feed into that. We can stay with our great content and stay away from all that sucker shit. But we will fight if we got to. You know what I'm saying? We got some women and some men that will get up here and say and go and rock and roll. But you know what? It's all envy. Like I said, that's envy, yo. You know what I'm saying? Jealousy, you know what I'm saying? No, that's jealousy. That's jealousy because envy comes from within. Because like I said, if you can be here with us chilling every night, and then 2 days later, you hate everybody that you was around, that don't got nothing to do with us, y'all. And you know what? I got to make a public announcement. I got to make a public announcement. That's a fact. This announcement is for Magnificent Mecca. I got to make a public announcement, y'all. Right is right and wrong is wrong. I have to give a shout out to Magnificent Mecca. I have to. I have to. I have to. You dig what I'm saying? The reason why I have to is the reason why I've been so upset with Mecca is because, like I tell y'all, I really got a respect for her like a mom. You dig what I'm saying? It's certain things that that woman has said to me, and this is facts. It's certain things that she has told me, and it's certain things that she has put me up on. Nothing about nobody on YouTube. I'm just talking about in general that I use to this day. that I implement to this day. And last night, when old dark-skinned pink lip mouth boy, that's what I call him now, dark-skinned pink lip mouth boy. Yeah, that's what I call him, old dark-skinned pink lip mouth boy. He wanted to do a show, you know, sucking cock. And then I noticed some of the other guys, the other suckers just pop up and jump on his live. You know, my people's got me going on because I'm not subscribed to them no more. So, you know, we all in the cut watching. And Magnificent Mecca, even though she didn't, like, how can I say this? Even though she didn't sugarcoat nothing, she spoke up for me. And I was shocked. Even though she didn't sugarcoat nothing, and of course she's gonna be, she know how I felt about certain things that me and her been through. But I also know that woman does care about me too. Even though she got a strange way of showing it, I care about Mecca too. I don't trust my heart around certain people. It's not, I don't hate her. Now, when you talk about that New York Nikki bitch, she could drink bleach and die. You dig what I'm saying? And I know that sounds fucked up, y'all, but I have every reason to say why I said about that. But Mecca, nah, she didn't have to speak up for me like she did. She did not have to speak up for me like she did. And I got to give her flowers for that. She could have stayed on the bandwagon and jumped on niggas' platforms and tried to shoot at me just because she had an opportunity to. Yeah, she's upset because of certain things we've been through. And I know she missed me just like I miss being around her. I'm not going to front about that. I know that. It's just that we're both stubborn. We're both stubborn individuals. Let's get that straight. Very stubborn individuals. You know what I'm saying? She ain't no punk. And me, sometimes I got to check myself. For real, I got to check myself about certain shit because I like looking at the whole picture. Like I tell people, some people just look at one part of the picture and then forget about the picture is what makes the painting. Mecca didn't have to get up there last night and say nothing in high regards or to defense for me. So her humbling herself, because I know she was like, Well, let me explain something to you. That's real motherly love right there. Like even though you can get upset with your mother, and even though your mother can get upset with you, like, you know, you can disappoint your moms and God damn it, I can't stand them, motherfucker. When it comes to somebody trying to disrespect your child or someone you look upon like a child, once you jump to defense for that, a lot of that egotistical shit that I hold in my heart sometimes, you got to let that go. So I'm going to say it loud and clear. Shout out to Magnificent Mecca because she know my heart. And she said some things like, you had to do something to him. And then why would you play a recording that he said? Because everybody know how I feel. Why would you play a recording that he said months after he said it? But you know the sad part about it is people don't play everything. They don't say, did they ask me? Like, yo, what's going on? Well, I heard you say XYZ about this one and that one. What really happened? They don't talk about that part. They don't talk about that part. You understand what I'm saying to you? I don't just bring people names up. But when some people have asked me, yo, what happened with XYZ or what happened with XYZ? Oh, I'm going to tell the truth. You dig what I'm saying? So when it comes to Magnificent Mecca, if she's watching or not, I appreciate that. Like I said, she ain't go up there putting mayonnaise on the motherfucking sandwich on both sides or nothing like that and making no plate where she gave me some chips in it. But she did stand up and say, you did something to Dice. And why would you wait? Why would you wait till you have a fallout with him to tell the world something that he's told everybody? And I gotta respect her for that. I gotta respect her for that. Word up. I got to fucking respect her for that. Right and right is wrong. I gotta respect her for that. And I'm glad that shit just came through my head because I had to let it be known. You dig what I'm saying? No, Magnificent Mecca was checking chilling with bugs over me. He damn sure checked her. She said, this is all her fault. See, because some people see the truth. You can be mad at me, but if you know my heart, you still got to see the truth. I can be upset with you. See, that's the part about reality. Some people don't want to deal with reality. I can be mad with you, but I'm never going to throw something on your jacket that isn't true. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's nobody can say that I start no problem with no problem, but I will end some problems if you want some. So shout out to Magnificent Mecca for that. For real. Whether she comes over here or not, I'm a bigger up for that one. Yo, have y'all seen this phenomenon going around with this black man standing in the middle of the water? Has anybody seen that shit? Like, the nigga is standing on the water in the middle of the ocean. Did anybody see that shit? Yeah, that's a fact, y'all. That's a fact. East New York for real. Like, that's a fact. That's a fact. Mecca was like my mother. I think that's why it bothered me. You know what? Now I could talk about that because I've said it before. I think that's what really bothered me when me and her separated from being around each other, because she used to be over here. I got so mad at Mecca, I erased every goddamn show she had over here. I shouldn't have did that. I was just mad. I wanted to erase great memories once I felt as though I was betrayed. Because all it takes is an erase button. But you know where I fucked up? I had shows that I forgot Compa was on. You dig what I'm saying? I forgot Compa was on certain shows because we was all up here together, just vibing, having a great time. And damn, once you delete certain shit, you can't get it back. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, y'all, I want to show y'all something right quick, because this shit is something that's been going around the world. And I don't know if this shit is, it just looks too real. Let's go.
Será que é o Moisés? O mundo mesmo já tá no fim, hein? O pai tá covarde dele no meio da água. Mas esse
Are y'all seeing this?
tá em cima do mar. Esse tá fazendo que aí no mar.
Has anybody seen this video? Has anybody seen this video with this man standing in the middle? He's standing on the ocean and he's black. In the anybody ever else saw this motherfucking video? This shit is fucking crazy. It's a what appears to be a black man standing on the top of the, like they're filming him. He on top of the motherfucking water. And this is crazy.
Sozinho, meu Deus. Será que é o Moisés? O mundo mesmo já tá no fim, hein? O pai tá covarde dele no meio da água. Mas esse
Let's be real. Y'all believe that? Because, you know, I be believing the most weirdest shit ever. Do y'all believe that? Because that don't look strange. That's the fact, East New York. You don't know what the fuck to believe no more. But you know what I do know? Everybody's talking about this water. Yo, you want to hear some funny shit? It's all in the Bible. It's all in the Bible. They tell you about this. All right, boom. Moses parted the Red Sea. Right? Moses parted the Red Sea. The four angels, the Ephalim that was sent to earth to teach humans survival and grow tactics. A few of them fell in love with humans and allegedly impregnated them. And God allegedly put 4 of them under the Euphrates River for punishment. Oh, that's a fact. Dog, you sent me that earlier. They trying to indict Barack Obama. The Clintons and all of them is behind that. If y'all pay attention, the fallen angels were supposed to be put and punished under the Euphrates River, right? Y'all know last year I did the show on the Euphrates River. The Euphrates River is dried up. In biblical terms, when the Euphrates River dries up, the fallen angels will arise to eradicate evil and wickedness. Do anybody really know why Jesus walked on water, allegedly in the Bible? Do anybody know that? Anybody know why Jesus walked on water? Well, they said that Jesus walked on water to prove his strength over the devil. They said Jesus Christ walked on water to prove his strength over the devil. See, they say the sea is where everything is at. The depths of the sea is where everything is at. And now they got so many sightings all across the world. Now, every time you turn around, something that we thought about back in the days as a joke. Yeah, they got videos right now, y'all, of pools of mermaids. It ain't look like no AI shit neither. They got videos now of mermaids resurfacing on the earth. They said wherever you will see a dolphin, there are mermaids there. I'm gonna tell you some deep shit. Do you know you can go to jail if you talk to a dolphin? Google it. Do you know that's against the law? Like, say, for instance, you know how some of the surfers be out there on their surfboards? People out there in the sea. Do you know it's against the law to talk to a dolphin? Y'all can Google this shit. It is against the law to talk to a dolphin. Like if you on a boat or you on, hey, dolphin. They say that shit is against the law. Why? Why is that against the law? See, there's too much shit going on with that water. There's too much shit going on with that water. And I remember when I first came on YouTube 3 years ago, I told y'all what I saw with my own eyes doing security in Myrtle Beach. And I'm not the only one that saw that. Over 1,200 people reported what I saw in Myrtle Beach with that water and that object that came out that water and that object that went back down in that water. So I believe that's where all the secrets is, like the Bermuda Triangle and so forth. Like everything is supposedly over this water. And I'm going to stay up on this shit because I believe in all that type shit. But let me ask y'all a question before we get out of here. If your child becomes an actor or actress, Keisha said it's ironic that you mentioned that because of all the things that's been happening in testing and strengthening your faith. It's a fact. It's just so much shit that I be seeing. I just be laughing at the shit. Because that's right. He said the dolphin's frequency is a communication that can heal us. That's a fact, dog. And I thought dolphins was pussy. I'm not going front. I thought them niggas was so soft until I seen these dolphins kill a shark. Until at that same beach, Myrtle Beach, One summer, they kept having these sharks that was coming ashore and shark bites and attacks on Myrtle Beach. Google this shit. When I saw these 3 dolphins, yo, they fucked this shark up right in front of us. The shark wound up coming ashore dead with all type of puncture wounds. The shark looked like it had been stabbed with poles. Them nostril, that beak on that motherfucking dolphin is very dangerous. I mean, I've seen the dolphins swimming around, jumping up, piercing the shark, pushing the shark underwater, fighting. This shit was right in front of our eyes. And that motherfucking corpse of that shark came to the shore, and it shook like it'd been stabbed up with knives. Because they say dolphins are protectors. Now, let me ask y'all something. If you have a child, male or female, that becomes a very rich and famous actor, athlete, basketball player, musician, you know, like Michael Jackson, Trey Songz, Kanye West, Puff Daddy. Let me ask you something, ladies. If your son or daughter winds up being successful and winds up having a lot of money, is it their responsibility or obligation to take care of your bills? Yes or no? So what I'm saying is, if your son or daughter is millionaires, multi-millionaires, is it their responsibility to take care of you? How y'all feel about that? Yes or no? East New York said nah. Anybody else? Anybody else? She said, but it would be nice. She said, but it's not their obligation, but it would be nice. Me, personally, he said, it's not their responsibility, but they often feel so. That's what I mean. There's a situation going on right now with the rapper Finesse 2 Times. You remember the one that was raising a little boy that they said they was exposing him to too much, had him gambling, smoking weed, live, big jury, avoiding school. But come to find out, the little dude is very intelligent, and the little dude, check this out, exposed 2 times Finesse for allegedly being a fraud pertaining to the way he spends his finances. But 2 times, Finesse 2 times mother has just been served with an eviction notice. And his mother got on the internet ranting about that she feels as though her son loyalty is misplaced. She said he spent over $4 million on jewelry, drugs, and flying his entourage of friends back and forth to places like Miami, to video shoots, Cancun, Dubai, etc., etc. She said he feels as though his obligation is to take care of the guys that were around him. But she says she feels as though he doesn't want to give her nothing. And at first, when I first heard this, I said, oh, this nigga's crazy. Fuck, you don't want to take care of your moms. And then I thought about something, dog. Everybody did not have the relationships with their parents as we did. We have to think about this. Unfortunately, ladies, some parents have made decisions in front of their children that displayed actions of being selfish. Some parents have chose men over their own children. Some women have chose drugs over their own children. Some men have chose women life and fame over their children. Some men have chose addiction and drug over earning the respect and nurturing their children. And I was a little upset. I was a little upset with Finesse 2 Times. Very upset. Because I'm saying, you got all this money. Why is your mom's on the internet claiming that you're just a deadbeat son and you don't want to do nothing for her? And then I thought about something. Shout out to Zeke Black. Then I thought about something. Do you know some people feel as though they owe their parents the world because their parents have struggled and made sacrifices for them and have been the best parents that they could have been? You know that? Like Ray Lewis from the Baltimore Ravens. I said him and his mother and them was they were so unfinancially supported. They had to move in with family and friends. And then Ray told his moms, yo, Ma, I just want a bus ticket to go back. If you give me the bus ticket to go back, he said that she gave him the $55 for the bus ticket, a few pieces of chicken, and some juice, and let him go back. And he said he promised her, if you just let me go back to Baltimore, I will make sure that our whole family is taken care of, because he said he had the feeling that he was going to hit it big. Now, look what he did. Look what he turned out to be. One of the greatest players to ever play for the Baltimore Ravens. Statue, home, and everything. His mother just did a show the other day just praising him and saying how much she loved him, because everything that he said he was going to do, he did and more. His little brother told him when you about to leave, he said his little brother cried. His little brother said, please don't leave me. He said his little brother used to just grabbed him by the leg the day when he decided to go back. His little brother said, please, I can't do this shit. He said he told his brother, I'm going to make it for all of us. You just watch. Hey, Nene, how you doing, girl? And that's, he said, what pushed him and made him go out and be the best that he can be in his field, and as an athlete, as a person, because now he's a spokesman. Now he's running around giving speeches to the kids like he's a God-fearing man. And you remember the scandals he went through? You remember when they had the big fight and someone was unalived and they tried to blame it on him? He said he never worried about that because God had his back. And he told his mother when she was trying to praise him, he said, I told you everything that you've done for us. He said, because his mother made sure they ate when he didn't eat. He said his mother made sure that they had clothes on their back when she didn't have clothes on their back. They said his mother was a God-fearing woman. His moms told him, whatever y'all need, I'm going to get y'all, even if it takes from me. Now, see, I could understand someone saying the minute they get their ticket, like you see how these young boys, when they go to the NBA or the NFL and quote unquote, they get these big tickets and these big contracts. First thing they say is, I'm about to buy my mama a house. I'm about to buy my mama a car. Mama, you can quit. You ain't never got to go to work no more. And you got to understand something. The reason why these young men or these ladies feel as though that they're obligated to their mothers or fathers is because of the love and the sacrifices that their parents made for them when they were children, when they couldn't fend for themselves. You see? So it's in their heart. The minute they do get $1 or $2, they're going to give it to their mother or give it to their father because of the sacrifices and the things that these children know that they overcame because they had the great parents that they did. Now, let's switch that to another channel. I got some friends that grew up hating their mothers. They seen dudes going in and out their homes. They seen dudes in and out their houses, and they knew that their mothers was addicted to things like alcohol, cocaine, crack, heroin, opioids, uppers, downers, whatever they was addicted to. They saw their mother selfishly allow men to walk in and out of their homes, disregarding the impact that it would have on their sons and daughters. See, a lot of people grow up resenting the decisions that their parents made. A lot of people grow up resenting the choices that their parents made, especially pertaining to them. Because you know they got some parents that they'll eat steak, macaroni and cheese and all that, but then they give their kids hot dogs. That's making sense? Because I want y'all to listen to what Finesse two-time mothers have to say about him. And I'm starting to think, the way she talk, is it because he's just ungrateful? Or maybe the reason why he's not running to her defense like that, because it might have been something wrong that she did, or she might have did something that broke him as a child. Let's get into this work right here. Let's go.
Give me nothing. I barely ask for anything because I know he don't like me. I know he don't love me. Ain't no way he can. But I respectfully walk off.
Pay attention to how she starts off this conversation, y'all. And I mean, no disrespect intended to Finesse two-times mother. She sounds just like the description of what I said, bird. This is bird talk. If y'all agree or not, put the dice cubes. If you feel as though this is some bird talk that she's talking, because there's pain. I can understand pain. I can understand pain. But a real mother's love? Mr. I think for myself, salute. East New York said, I would give my kids first before I ate. Key said, I saw her ranting and I turned it off. You see what Key said? She knows why Finesse two-times is treating her like that. Because, see, you got to understand something, ladies. This is why I be so hard on y'all sometimes, especially y'all that got sons. One decision could fuck up how he look at you. One decision can fuck up how your son respects you. One decision that you make can fuck up how your son adores you, because it's nothing worse than a young man thinking his mother is selfish and really doesn't love him. Man, I got some friends that told me some horrific stories about things they've been through with their mothers, where I just would sit there in shock, like, she did what? I got friends that mothers have sold them for drugs, male and female. I got friends that wanted to be at my house on the weekend. I got friends that used to tell my mother, please don't tell her I'm here. My mother go, boy, I got to call your mother. DeMar, what's his mother number? And then I go in the kitchen and tell my moms, yo, Ma, he don't want to go home because his mom's going to have a bunch of men over there getting high and drunk and they be touching him. Yo, Ma, this ain't my girlfriend. She just don't want to go home on the weekend because her mother and father is at the house getting drunk with a bunch of people, and they are ignoring the fact that these people that they are getting high with are touching her. Boy. Ooh, kid. Like I said, I really have male and female friends that the whole weekend they were sexually abused. I'm stop thinking for myself, said I heard that. Dude, I think is a sucker. I would trade in everything I have just to see my mommy again. Damn, I miss my mama. Boy, you sound just like me. But see, you got to understand something, Mr. I think for myself. One thing I've understood, your mother had to be a beautiful person to you. She had to pour that love into you because you sound like me talking about my mother. But I'm talking about the mothers that unfortunately was under addiction. See, you got to understand something. A lot of mothers that aren't getting high now was getting high when their babies was young. A lot of mothers that have gotten themselves together that isn't getting high now were getting high when they were carrying them kids. A lot of mothers that have gotten themselves together when it came to them imperative ages, 3 through 10, they were in the street. So when you're going through an imperative stage of getting to understand things, and grandma, where mommy at? She love you, but she just not here. She all right. She going through something. Mama, why ma don't want to be with me? Why am I here with you? Mommy don't love me? No, your mother loves you. I don't never want to hear you say that again. Because if you pay attention, some kids skip the generation of trying to do right for their mother and father. But when it comes to their grandmother, the grandmother can get the world. When it comes to their grandfather, their grandparents can get the world. Because you understand, Big Mama was the one, because back in the days, there wasn't no such thing as kids going to child services. It wasn't no such thing. See, we had a different close-knit back then. It wasn't no such thing of calling for child protective services on somebody that was getting high. No, what they did, what we did, what our family members did was took it upon themselves to go take that child out that house. Remember that? You know, when your aunt come get you, you going with me. You remember when you hear your aunt arguing with your mother, or you hear your grandmother arguing with your mother? This baby going with me. What the fuck are you over here doing? What are you doing in front of this child? See, that's what I'm starting to think. See, because it's always 3 sides to the story, y'all. It's my side, it's your side, and it's the truth. What did Finesse 2 times mother do that has him to the fact where he's okay with her might being evicted with nowhere to go? Was it her attitude? Was it her selfishness? Was she addicted to drugs? Did she allow something to happen to him when he was a child? Because, you know, men, we taught not to talk about certain stuff like that. Unfortunately, you'll hear about a woman that may have been sexually assaulted, and that's so fucked up, that becomes a normal. But you don't hear about the young man or the young boy that was sexually assaulted, because for some reason, they want to cover that up. They don't want that. They try to erase that out their mind. Like, don't worry about it. Something happened to you, but you got to be strong because you're a man. No, you don't got to be fucking strong. That child needs help, whether it's a male or a female, because certain traumas that are done to us or we go through when we're children, we're compelled to carry that shit until our motherfucking adulthood, to the day we fucking die. Because they say if we talk about what's bothering us, men, pay attention, we're whining. If a man explains something that's bothering him, suck it up. Or you acting like a bitch. My nigga, so what? This is life. Life ain't fair. That ain't what nobody want to hear when they're going through some shit. And no, especially nobody don't want to hear where your mother, she was going through something in. Motherfucker don't want to hear my mother was going through something in, because people, especially once they have their own children. See, when the worst of worst children have been through certain circumstances, don't you know them are the best parents? You don't notice that? And it seemed like the most evil and wicked individuals come from the most best parents. You don't know the parents that give their kids the world, the ones that are just spoil and spoil and spoil and say yes when they're supposed to say no, and disregard punishing them or disciplining them when it was coming up. Because when we came up, we were disciplined. We understood the structure. You do something wrong, you gonna get your ass beat, whether you're in New York or in the South. Because my grandmother, if she sent you for that switch and you came back with a little switch, she went and got 2 or 3 of them motherfuckers and braided them together. Because you understand, the whole disciplinary action that we had or we went through is no longer allowed today. It's not allowed today. You put your hands on your child, you got children telling you can't hit me. If you hit me, I'm calling the police. They got people that's telling their parents, if you hit me, I'm calling the police, whether they're being disrespectful or not. Child Protective Services is going to side with the child. See, but these kids don't understand when they call the precinct and then they come and arrest the mother or the father. See, that's when CPS has the right to take that child, because they're only going by what's documented by the police report. Abuse. Oh, abuse. This child is getting abused. Now we're going to take this child off of their head and we're going to put this child in a foster home until the parent goes to whatever and proves that they can be a great parent. See, it's a lot of shit that stay on people's minds, especially from children. Let's get into what she got to say.
Give me nothing. I barely ask for anything because I know he don't like me. I know he don't love me. Ain't no way he can. But I respectfully walk off. I come from the slums of it, y'all. All this fancy shit without some type of motive behind it. I ain't got nothing, and can't invest in nothing. Oh, gave me enough money to invest. Why y'all keep talking about invest? Why you didn't take the money he gave you? The man ain't never gave me no more than $2,500 for myself in my hands since he touched down off the jets. I ain't never got no 10, 20, 30,000. I don't know what that look like. I don't know what that look like.
What if you can create your own website by saying, this is what I want?
I ain't never got no 10, 20, 30,000. I don't know what that look like. I don't know what that look like. Now that I have a felony, ain't nobody trying to hire me. I cried to this lady and told her.
Pay attention to what she's saying now. See, there's a bunch of shit right here that's fucking me up with her because number one, like he said, she feels like she's entitled. He ain't never gave me. He ain't never do nothing. He ain't never put with 2,500. Now that I have a felony, first of all, she's talking like a bird. Respectfully. You hear what she keeps saying, how she comes from the bottom and the slum of the slum. This would leads me to believe that she might have been getting high. She might have been addicted to something. She might have not been in what that young man needed as a parent. Maybe when it came to the nurturing and the conditioning and raising of him, I don't think from the way she's acting right now, she was a good parent. You know why? Because ain't no mother. Let's be real. Ain't no mother getting on no motherfucking platform. See, that's another shit to be bugging me out with these people. This is not shit that women that I know of would ever do. Ain't no mother getting on no platform to disrespect their child. Ain't no mother getting on no platform would even admit something as hideous as, I know he don't respect me. I know he don't love me. I know he ain't got no feelings for me. You know why she knows? Let me tell you something. You don't hear how adamant she is? You know why she knows this shit? Just my opinion. YouTube, allegedly, because she done did something that she knows she fucked up with.
Please give me a job. I was scammed. And she felt it in her heart to hire me. I got a job this week, just passed. But I can't even get to it. Because I don't have a car. Where I live at, buses don't run. Trains don't run out here. And let me tell y'all this, and if everybody in this live know me from back in the day, please put in the comments whether I took care of my children or not. I'm one that was in the projects that took care of mine. I took extra care of mine. Extra care. My kids ain't want for nothing. My kids ain't want for nothing. Hear me, y'all. My kids ain't want for nothing, especially Ricky. He got more than everybody. He got more than everybody. But it's so much stuff that Ricky has done to me that I've been holding on to for years. And I still forgive him for that. I still forgive him for that. I'm just disappointed in him. I'm disappointed in him. She said, don't act like she ain't never did nothing for me. I'm giving her that. She'll for me the long way. Because why? He won't do it. So she'll give me her money. She'll give me the money to pay the bills with. Either that or she'll steal it from him. And it's sad when you steal the money to pay your mama bills. Wait till he go in the bathroom. He going to get in the bathtub, and I'm gonna send him to get it for you. Yeah, she have to steal the money from him. Y'all want to send some? Send it to the $F&G kosher. I'll get it. Month of my lease didn't get paid. This August, it's another month. I still owe for this month too because I cannot pay. I can't pay to go nowhere. I don't have no money. I'm talking about they done sent me this and sent me that. That was for bills. And of course, you land in this motherfucker, you gonna pay.
Did y'all hear that? She said I asked him for money because he was laying up in his fucking house, and that was for bills he was gonna pay. Mr. I think for myself said something. I can relate to this. He said, that's a no-no. My God would never get on, my mom would never get online and degrade me. But then again, I'm a great son. That's what my mama always told me. And me too, bruh. Let me explain something to you. I don't know, but my mother told me, I don't give a fuck. I don't need your money for no bills. I need you to go to school. And unfortunately, when my mother found out I was hustling, when my mom's had to flush a big eighth, my mom said, you can't be in this house no more. She said, I'm going to be real with you. You're bringing guns, you're bringing drugs in my house. She said, I didn't raise you like that, and you're not going to be under my roof with this in my house. I'm not going to risk going to jail or mommy and daddy losing their home because you're being selfish. She said, if you're grown, go find you somewhere to stay. Go somewhere where you have to pay your own bills. Go somewhere where everything is your responsibility if that's what you want to do. This ain't how I raised you, and this is not going on in my home. See, but some mothers were totally different. You're going to have to give me some of that money if you get money. You're going to have to break me off a little something. See, I ain't had one of the mothers that told me to get in the street and sell crack. I had a mother that told me, you're intelligent, stupid. Go get a job. She used to be like, if you was dumb, I could understand this shit. Go get your ass a job. She said, what your problem is, you lazy. I used to be like, Ma, it's a hell of a job to do what I do. She said, it's a hell of a bullshit to do what you do. She said, but since you think you're so tough and you're so grown, leave my keys on that kitchen table, and I don't want to talk about this no more. And she said, until you learn to respect my home, you can't be here. Mind you, yet my mother had just found the gun in the house like a month before she found that. She took the gun and gave it to my father. My father gave me the gun right back. He said, boy, why would you have a gun in your room? He said, I'm not telling you what to do. But if you're going to have something, why don't you put it somewhere where your mother don't go, like the basement? Let's get into what she got to say.
The disrespect at all high. My one did the most to me, man. I don't care what nobody say. I don't deserve that shit. That $500K got me a felony. A felony. All because I'm trying to work and buy a couch to go in my living room. And I got scammed. They got me. They got me. I didn't take nothing from nobody. They got me. Them folks sent their money to my account. And I damn sure wasn't finna tell them I got it. Sure wasn't. So yeah, I got a charge. And guess what?
Now check this out. She's admitting that she done got caught up in some PPP loan shit. Now check this out. You grown and you just getting a felony. She said, number one, I didn't take nothing. Them people sent that money to my account. And she said, I wasn't going to say nothing about it. So right there, let me explain something to you, ladies and gentlemen. She's expressing Yeah, she's a grimy individual. She said, quote unquote, she wasn't giving them shit, knowing it wasn't hers. So what? I got a charge. Yo, I can't even imagine my mother saying no shit like she got a charge, unless she had to charge something to one of her credit cards. I start thinking to myself, so let me tell y'all something. Tracy Morgan moms lives in Ohio. I grew up with the Morgan family, and his mother is struggling. And I know this personally. Some kids ain't shit like Tracy Morgan. Facts. Damn. East New York said, and she's mad at him. Go figure. Keisha said, my brother and I had this convo. He kept telling me about the struggle. We grew up in the same house with both parents. I was a teen parent who had a job in an apartment. That's a fact. Before she even got pregnant. He said, Tracy Morgan has millions and millions of dollars, and his mama is struggling bad. Now, see, what happened? What happened that would make any individual allow their mama, their big mama, they would allow their mother to struggle? See, let me explain something to you. It's wounds that men carry that never get the chance to truly heal. They may heal on the outside. They may seem like they've healed on the outside, but the wound is still fresh in the heart. It's still fresh in the flesh. Some mistakes were mistakes that our mothers and fathers have made. Some mistakes were wrong decisions that our mother and father have made. But let me explain something to you. As a man, I could forgive my mother for a mistake. Shit, I can give my mother for a couple of mistakes. But could I forgive my mother for 100 mistakes? See, I don't know what it is to say my mother exposed me to sexuality, or my mother exposed me to people that treated me indecently, or my mom's exposed me to a lifestyle of drugs and alcohol. None of the above. I'd be lying to y'all. I didn't go through that shit. But I have friends that have, and I remember the stories that they told me, and I remember the times when they would just be at my house and would not want to go home. They would not want to go home because they knew what they were subject to go through if they were home, especially on the weekends. Coming up in Brooklyn, especially on the weekends. Just like I understand certain things Puff went through, because there were apartments and there were houses like my man Shy Mom's. Barbara Haskins. Miss Barbara treated us like adults. We smoked weed in Miss Barbara's house. We cut school in Miss Barbara's house. She understood, like she said, what it was growing up as a child in the hood. So she always treated us like adults. But that kind of fucked us up too. Because we weren't adults. We should not have been allowed to go to her home and congregate up in her room with my man Shy and them and roll up blunts and have the windows down and shotguns and cigarettes and marijuana, and some of us like James and Teeny, and they was into cocaine and stuff. Things that were exposed to me that would have never been exposed to me in my own home. Is what has me understanding reality. I know what it is. I seen somebody OD when I was 6. I know the effects of drugs. But I don't know what, I can't even describe in any way of a mother, especially mine's, being selfish towards me, y'all.
And I got a public defender. But everybody else got lawyers. Y'all make that shit make sense, man. I got a public defender that's finna bat my ass out the ballpark. Ain't nobody else got no public defender. Big A didn't have no public defender. Suge didn't have no public defender. Everybody around you, you pay for lawyers for, but you couldn't pay for me a lawyer? I don't care what y'all say, man. He wrong. And I ain't never went to him and told him he had to give me nothing. I barely asked for anything because I know he don't like me. I know he don't love me. Ain't no way he can. He got more than everybody. But it's so much stuff that Ricky has done to me that I've been holding on to for years.
Seems like she has a lot of resentment. My man, Mr. I Think for Myself, said, Big Dice, did you ever ask yourself, did your mother forgive you for turning to the street? But no matter what, you're a son, so he should feel the same way. I got to respect that too. And tell you the truth, that's one of the things, like I said, that haunts me to this day. Do I think my mother, you know what I think my mother was disappointed in? I know my mother was disappointed that I didn't use my brain the way she expected me to. If that makes sense. She always told me that I was too smart for my own good. She used to hate the fact that I was successful in the streets. She hated it. My mother never asked me for a dime. My mother wouldn't take no, I used to have to hide money. Believe it or not, I used to give my pops money to give my moms. Cold-blooded facts. I used to give my pops money to give my moms because my father was going through an addiction. And as a man, I didn't want the respect and the love that was dwindling out of my mother's heart for my father because he fell victim to be, speeded up because financially he couldn't provide. It was times my pops done gave my mother money, and she know it now because she's in heaven. It came from me. See, I had so much on my head and on my shoulders. I was trying to keep my parents together. I was trying to keep the whole dynamics. I was the one that was talking to my mother when she was talking about divorce. Like, nah, don't do that shit. Don't do that shit. And my mother asked me one day, she was like, why do you think I shouldn't get a divorce? And I didn't say it like I'm saying to y'all. I told my mother, I said, if Ronald leaves here, Ma, it's going to bother me. It's my pops. Not my physical father, but the person that was with my mother since she was 9 months old. The only man that I saw besides my grandfather and my uncles. And the only man besides my grandfather and my uncles and them, besides the gangsters in the street, I'm talking about intermediate, that I know genuinely cared for me. So I had to express to my mother, don't throw him out. You know what I'm saying? Don't get no divorce from him. Are you crazy? I love that man. And my mother said, me telling her that kind of slowed up what she had planned for him. Because she was tired. She was to the point where my pops done had a child on her. That was embarrassing. My pops was in the street smoking crack. That was embarrassing. My pops was staying out. See, I'm thinking my father was staying in the street because he was trying to disrespect my mother. No, my father was in the street because he was defeated. My father talked to me about this after my mother passed. Well, he wrote this down because he had a stroke. My father expressed to me how crack cocaine made him forget about everything of importance to him, including me and my mother. My pops wasn't staying away from the house because he didn't want to be around my mother. My pops was staying away from the house because he couldn't muster to look her in her eyes to the person or the individual that he had became. My father was right around the corner with his best friend, Bobby. My mother get up and go to work. My pops come home, take a shower, cook him something to eat, and rest and sleep. And then before my mother get home, he was back in them streets because my pops said that he felt as though he let her down. He wasn't in the street because of no bitches. Yeah, my father had a child on my mother. And that's something that bugged me out because I'm like, damn, why you didn't tell me? He said, and I'm going to explain something to you. He said, that child, my daughter, was born because a woman had something in common with me that your mother didn't have in common with me. And I said, what was that? He said, because that woman was getting high. He said, the woman that he had a child with accepted him, made him feel like he was still Ron DMC, because she couldn't just insist that he stop getting high. She couldn't insist that he get some help. She wasn't the one telling him of his importance. My mother was. It was my mother telling him, yo, you got to get over this shit. It was my mother telling him, I'm not going to be involved with an addict or a junkie. And just like every other man, the disappointment pushed him into the arms of another woman. Because let me explain something to you. He couldn't get over it at that particular time, and he felt defeated as a man. But he still wanted companionship. He still was a fucking human being. And even though my mother was trying to do the best to show him how much he supported her, once my mother gave up, oh, my mother was gone. My mother was gone. My mom's had a little friend and all that. But he never disrespected my mother. He never insulted or cursed my mother. Because he understood that something had defeated him in the street. So this whole situation with Finesse 2 times and his mother, you heard she's saying it's so many things that he has done to her that she is held in for so long. So people fail to realize when you hold things in, you develop resentment. We don't know that woman. We don't know their situation, but we can tell something is very severe in her heart by the little segment that we heard, that little 6 minutes of her venting about how her son, she knows don't love her. First of all, you got to know you did something real fucked up for your child not to love you. My man, Mr. I Think For Myself said that nigga's a sucker. Just my thoughts. And you know why? I felt like that too. When I first heard the whole scenario about Finesse 2 times, the big rapper, all this money he got, his mother on YouTube talking about he's spending millions and millions of dollars on his friends, spending millions of dollars. Wherever he go, his friends go. And the only thing that I could think about, not to justify what he's doing, but to be more compassionate and understanding to what he's going through. Because the same people that I guess he's spending that money on are the same people that helped him when he didn't have, or the same people that gave him a place to stay when I guess his mother, like you can tell his mother was rocking and rolling and she was in a car that wasn't stolen. He broke. The nigga broke. See, because around his friends, the ones that he's traveling with, they know his struggle. But I know one thing, for his mother to come to the internet with it, this is my opinion, is she hurt? Or is she purposely trying to slander his character? Or is she purposely giving a pity run? And she trying to get people to be sympathetic with her because she sounds like she thinks she deserves to have everything just because she's there. That's a hell of a story, y'all. And I don't know which way to judge it. Is he wrong? Is he wrong? Is she wrong? I guess we'll never know until the rest of this comes out. Make sure y'all hit y'all bell notification and keep it on because I will be going live later on. Calm, grown folks conversation. I appreciate everybody that came through. If y'all feel as though y'all want to contribute to the program, to the guardianship, the Cash App and the PayPal is going across the bottom of the screen. But this is a hell of a conversation. And to the women out there that have sons, if you don't listen to nothing else I'm saying to you, it's the only thing I want y'all to hear out my ears. To all the women that have sons, stop treating that son like a little baby. Get that yolk out of them. Pull your titty out of his mouth. Because a lot of y'all keep that nipple in their mouth a little too goddamn long. You got to let your son go through shit. You got to let him get beat up. You got to. You got to let him go through heartache. Because some mothers, y'all fuck up telling your son that it's the woman's fault. You was too good for her. You notice how y'all do that? You didn't need her. But sometimes you should have told your son you didn't know how to treat her. Sometimes you need to tell your son, you're doing wrong. Because being wrong is being wrong. We got to stop saying, well, that's my baby. Well, I know he did this, but. Because in the Quran and in the Bible, the word but brings forth rain, sleet, hail, and storm. Overall, it brings forth confusion. Right is right and wrong is wrong. Remember where y'all heard it first. Remember where y'all got this concept from and share this live, because later on I'm going to be talking about segregation. A lot of people don't know. They run around worrying about Diddy and Puff. And I didn't tell y'all because it was just really not too much to talk about. Donald Trump says he wants the judge to give him the maximum sentence. Whatever the judge, the highest sentence that he can give Sean Combs, Donald Trump has declared he wants the judge to give it to him. Because I know them elites is on his back. I know them elites on his back. They said, Donald, either we're going to expose you with the Epstein cases. Because if you give this nigga a pardon, if you give him a pardon, you're going to be spiting in our face. So everybody that was talking about how Donald Trump is going to pardon Diddy, you might as well get that out your head, because Donald Trump is a survivalist. And he is not, I repeat, he is not going to put anything over his existence. Y'all are now rocking with the best. Peace. Another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me? It's knowledge, wisdom, understanding. Man, woman, and children. Sun, moon, and stars. Everything exists, has to coexist within. Like I said, another day alive, another day free. Why would I wake up trying to be somebody other than me?